we're going to be adding mixed numbers with unlike denominators. So the problem that we have is 3 2/3 plus 4 3/4. So when we look at the problem, the first thing we look at is the denominators. They're different. We have a 3 and a 4, so we're going to have to list out the multiples of both of the numbers. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12. Well, the smallest number they both have in common is 12, so I know that that number is going to be my new denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an equivalent fraction for the fractions. The whole numbers stay the same. So it's going to be 3 and some number over 12 plus 4 and some number over 12. So how do I get from 3 to 12? I'm going to multiply times 4. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now I'm going to go to the bottom. 4 times what is 12? It's times 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 3 times 3 is 9. So my new number sentence with equivalent fractions is 3 8/12 plus 4 9/12. So now I'm ready to make my model and add the numbers. So I'm going to keep my whole numbers, and then I'm going to draw out my fractions. So I'm going to draw a fraction bar for 8/12. And then I'm going to draw and then color in 8. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the 9/12. It's important that you keep your picture neat so you know how many squares you have for each fraction. So I have 3 8/12 and 4 9/12. So this is where I have to regroup to add the two numbers. So I'm going to start from the bottom fraction, and I'm going to take one away and move it to the top. Take one, move it to the top. Take one, move it to the top. Take one, move it to the top. So what I just did is I regrouped and I made one whole. What I have left down in this fraction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 12. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add up all my whole numbers, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't forget about this one over here because now you've just made a whole, 8. And your fraction, 5/12. You cannot reduce or simplify 5/12 to anything smaller, so your final answer is 8 5/12.